Kris Krohn here with Limitless TV, and today we're going to be talking about how you can know what your house is actually worth. And I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 best free ways of getting that information. All right, so what really is the value of a home? You've probably heard that a home is worth what someone is willing to what? What someone is willing to pay. So today on Limitless TV, I'm going to be walking you through your best guess on knowing what something is really worth before someone is actually willing to buy it. Because that's really the catch-22 of the game is, I've got a house, I want to sell it, and I can't really know what it's worth until someone else actually buys it. So how do I get enough hindsight to figure that out? So to dive deep into this, first you have to understand the difference between the actual value of the home and the perceived value of the home. If it's your home and you live there, for example, you're probably super attached to your home. And you're probably thinking, most people do, that their home is maybe even worth more than it might actually be. Our emotions tend to get in the way and distort reality. The perceived value of the home, however, doesn't change the actual value. And so, for example, you might have taken your own home and done a lot of upgrades, done some things to make it look nicer and give it a greater appearance. But in actuality, these are the hard facts of life. A home isn't only just worth what someone else is willing to pay, but the base value of a home really comes down to how big is the lot that your home is sitting on and how much square feet it is. So for example, if you filled your homes with significantly higher furnishings, that doesn't necessarily bring up the value of your home. If, for example, you decided to put in a gold toilet in your bathroom, because you're thinking, this is my home, this is my throne room, I'm going to have my toilet painted with gold leaf, and I spent $10,000 doing it, hence the home must be worth $10,000 more. I got news for you. I can go to Home Depot and pick up a piece of porcelain for $79. And your $10,000 toilet does not elevate the house's value, $10,000. What it can do is increase a perceived value. And increased perceived value at best will only make sure that your home gets under contract faster. And you can fetch top dollar. But top dollar compared to low dollar is a really small margin. So the next question is, how do I actually then get my best guess on what my home might be worth if I can't really take into account my home furnishings? There are 3 free ways to get a concept of what your house is worth. And I'm going to share all 3 of these with you in order of importance. Let's start with the least important. The first one is what's called a tax evaluation. All right, so your local county is going to do a value assessment of your property, and they're going to guess low because if they push that number too high, all the residents get upset because your local taxes on your property is going to be based on that tax evaluation. So your home might actually be worth $200,000 and your tax evaluation might be for $130,000 or $150,000 or $160,000. It's guaranteed to be low, but it starts giving you a basic concept. Next from there, look at the insurance you pay for on the house. The insurance company, they want to know that if the house burnt down and they had to rebuild it, how much money are they going to have to put in? Again, it won't tell you what your home is worth, but it'll at least tell you what the replacement cost is. This little bonus content is that if the home is worth a lot more than the replacement value, guess what? You're in a bubble. And sometimes people want to know, are we in a market trough or a bubble? Because bubbles what? Bubbles burst. All right? But this is by far the 3rd and most powerful technique for figuring out what your home is worth. And it's doing what's called a comparable market analysis. And a realtor has access to your local MLS, your multiple listing service. And they can basically take other homes like yours that have sold or that are listed and do a comparable and basically average them against each other. This one has 1 more bedroom, this one has 1 less bedroom. This is a slightly bigger lot, slightly older lot, slightly newer home, slightly older house. Make some adjustments and basically try to best guess what your home is worth so you know what to list it for. Here, you need to watch out. Realtors in general, I don't want to call them a dishonest lot. They're powerful and they're a useful group of people. But a realtor is also hankering for a commission, which means they have to secure your listing. And if they want to get your listing, they tend to tell you that your home is potentially worth more than it might actually be. Why would they do this? Because if you're talking to another realtor, generally you're gonna like the price that sounds bigger. So your realtor sometimes fibs a little bit. I don't think they're walking around trying to lie. They're just trying to score some business. That's why it's important for me to work with honest realtors that know how to be accurate and precise, because I'm doing thousands of homes, thousands, which means that I can't afford to work with people that use hyperbole and exaggerate up or down. But a comparable market analysis by far is going to get you your most accurate representation. So how do you find one of those? Well, first of all, you can comment below in the video space, click a link and get in touch with my team. And my team will do a free game plan and a free analysis to help you know what your home is worth and whether you can refinance it to buy more investment properties, sell it to buy more investment properties, or just give you an upper hand and tell you what they think that it's worth. Friends, thanks for watching this. Get in touch with my team, click the link below. We'll help you out with your evaluation. And otherwise, subscribe so we can bring you more value-packed information on real estate.